Oh, he did the whole countdown again. All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another. Wait, are we actually live? The Twitch is so far behind sometimes I don't never know
Yes,
if
I
we're
did hit
actually
the
live or
button.
not. You counted down and didn't hit the button? Or
No,
you
I
did
I
hit
hit the button. I did hit the button.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to just keep talking. And if this is too early. Oh, never mind. We're here.
I can't take the
Hey,
joke.
welcome back to Dude, Where's My Drift? As we continue our playthrough of Mechageddon. It's been about
It's been
a couple weeks.
month.
We had some things pop up, so we had to take a pause for a week, but we're back. How's everyone doing tonight?
Doing pretty good.
According to my laptop, taking off to space.
Yeah. It's all good over here in my world, more or less.
I mean, you have a shiny new job. That's exciting.
I do have a new job. It's stressful. I'm a boss. I'm still very pro-union, but I am not a member of the union anymore, which kind of sucks.
That is unfortunate. That's okay. I'm not a union member either anymore.
You're the
I lost
union
my union status when I got this.
I'm the bad guy now.
I just hear a bunch of scab talk.
Oh god.
Yeah, for real, so. Scab ass motherfucker.
Yeah, so I guess I got one. Oh, what was my question I had? Oh yeah, what my question I had thought up, a little icebreaker question like we've been doing lately over here on this Twitch channel, both Monday nights and Thursday nights, just to keep things interesting and learn weird things about your characters. If your character had a spontaneous day off with nothing planned and they have nothing really that they need to get done, how are they going to spend a free day off?
Ooh, I have a thought.
Is it a yeet answer or a clue answer?
It's a yeet answer.
Okay.
Remake a video featuring his rock as the rock lobster from the B-50s.
That's a fun day.
Rock lobster. It was a rock. Rock lobster.
I imagine like
he's got a lobster suit.
He's sort of using the fusion power just sort of to make it like come back to him, but he like stops it, so it just wiggles.
Just a wiggly rock in a lobster costume.
What would mages do on their day off if they had a free day?
I feel like mages probably find the nearest like racetrack and just go put some time in on the tracks and just go as fast as you can. Just like that, like Need for Speed flat, or if there's like I don't think like a space race course or anything like that in my galaxy, but he'd find something like that too.
I have bad news for you. There's not a space race course in the DeMalco system, but New Valor does have a go-kart track.
Oh hell yeah, he'd be all over that.
Can Yeet go with him one day?
There might be a weight limit on the go-karts.
Yeah, I feel like Yeet might extend that a little bit.
I feel like if I get two of them,
because like
put them on
Yeet's got to weigh like 700 pounds. He's huge.
He is easily 666 pounds. Which I feel like is not heavy enough, to be honest with you, because like Shaq exists and he's at cool 350.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's at least twice the weight of Shaq. Thinking about that, at minimum.
At minimum, he's two Shaqs.
Yeah.
Probably
what about
2.5 Shaqs? Let's be honest.
What about Pivot? What would Pivot be doing?
I think Pivot would still do a lot of his like standard working out calisthenics stuff, but if he was going for a chill day after that was all dealt with, I think you'd probably just want to spend a nice day in nature, like in like a park or something with one or two of his pets.
He's just started doing like
nice
Tai
chill
Chi
day.
yoga in the park.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
It's like it makes me think of the one scene of the movie Remember the Titans when Sunshine shows up and all the girls are ogling him from the window and he's just doing like Tai Chi like really slowly and everyone's like, ooh, he's so handsome.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of that, but also just like throwing a ball and playing fetch.
Oh yeah, some good balling. I'm not gonna ask what Danger's gonna do because I feel like he'd just find an air conditioner to repair or something like that.
No, just inspect. You just inspect them. May just had a very stern talk with him recently about repairing the vents on base because there are actual engineers and mechanics who that is their job, and they get really mad when they find danger inside one. And so May had a very stern talk. You can only inspect. You cannot repair. Only inspect.
Okay, but those guys are hacks. They don't know what they're doing.
I'm pretty sure they know better than you do.
Danger You're not following lockout, tag out, man.
That's for sissies. Waste time.
Do that. You're the safety guy, right?
He, I think, would probably just go to the watering hole, crush some adjunct loggers, and he's got a buddy that owns a scrapyard, so they'd get real good and hammered and then go shoot pulse rifles at old cars.
That sounds awesome.
That sounds like a friggin' great day. I want to do that this weekend. What are you up to?
Yeah. You just shoot things at cars. It'd be great.
All right. So does anyone have a very quick breakdown of what maybe happened last time? Or should I just give it into it?
We are at a ball of sorts.
You're gonna be there.
Right. Last time we were out on patrol and we encountered a couple of the Godzilla-like ones that eat radiation and can fly if they eat enough radiation. And,
the Dracogors.
Yeah, Dracogors. One of these, I'll actually start writing down these names. And Mage's mech got real fucked up by one that fell on top of him. But we took him out, and we also had a flashback where Mage's first met Firefight. I had all but one letter right for the first time, which was her informing him that his parents died in the line of duty.
Yeah, can you imagine how shitty of a job she had then?
Yeah,
well,
and then she had to deal with mages in class afterwards. That's rough right there.
Yeah,
Mages very much was a know-it-all little shit.
We ended last session with you guys getting back from that patrol and getting a invite to the upcoming Eternal Valor ceremony that is held in Apex Tower. You guys know the Eternal Valor ceremony is essentially a yearly memorial. It's sort of the Memorial Day essentially for the NVDF for fallen Huskars and all that stuff. It's basically a big proper party for the town. Everyone loads up into the streets, gets block parties going, and there's also all the don't you jump into my lap, cat. There's all these he's like trying to jump right now.
There's a whole lot of that.
There's all all the companies that help do stuff around town all put on their big events, and essentially one of the most exclusive type events is the one that Apex Industries. Oh my god, he came up the other side to jump into my lap. Why am I forgetting what Apex is called?
I think it's Industries.
Industry
sounds good to me.
I think they're just called Apex. That is just their name.
Might be.
Okay. But it is held at Apex Tower. You guys are probably at least vaguely familiar with Apex Tower. Maybe not intimately familiar with it or biblically familiar with it in another sense. It is the second tallest building in New Valor, so you're probably aware of it.
Oh, I'm typically familiar with that tower.
I mean, it's a big tower. It's kind of that's why I was making that joke, because it's just big. It's big and dick shaped.
I mean, what skyscraper isn't big and dick shaped when you get down to it?
The one in Chicago, that's actually a big vagina.
Yeah.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah, but before you guys, I'm assuming you're all gonna attend the ceremony at Apex. I guess I'm not gonna force you guys to go if your characters want to actually go.
Oh hell yeah! No, I feel like mages would bully
Yeet is
everybody to make
amazing
sure they are
at
going.
Dress blues for him, so he is absolutely gonna go.
Yeet found dress blues. They got dress blues big enough for Yeet and small enough for mages.
Yeah, you guys. Speaking of your dress blues, you would have been able to essentially at the outpost. There's a quartermaster at the outpost who just goes by the name Sarge. You guys don't actually know his name. Everyone just calls him Sarge. He's a very feisty, grumpy, but also a lot of fun Brennari. Brennaris are the otter folk for Gabe, who I know you're not as familiar with the Starfinder lingo.
Thank you.
So he's just basically this little otter person who runs he's the quartermaster, essentially.
He's a grumpy, cute little guy. Oh,
yeah, grumpy, cute little otter.
We talk about rocks all the time. He and I.
Yeah.
We actually are best.
I actually have a mini session planned for Yeet and this guy at some point that we'll come back around.
It's just rock.
That's fun.
Yeet and Sarge.
You guys,
I'd watch that spin-off.
He's essentially able to help you guys get your formal wear set up and comfy, and allows you to customize it a little bit here and there, while still following regulations. And while you guys wear your formal attire, you will have a +2 to charisma base event or checks.
Oh shit!
Nice.
Yeah. So you guys look good. I don't know if you feel good, but you look good.
I think
it's a little tight.
Probably feels good.
Oh, maybe we let it loose, and here and like everywhere. Oh.
I don't know that Mage just wears it. Mage he's looking and feeling good with his. I think he knows.
He just tries to move around with his rock with it. Okay.
No. You gotta leave the rock behind. I know. The rock is your best friend. You can't go anywhere without the rock.
I will drop this rock on your head.
You have to leave it behind. You can't take it with you. This one time, it needs to stay in the barracks.
Try to throw it at him.
Sarge just kind of points out, and Sarge is just like, you can take the rock with you in the mech. You guys have to bring your mechs with you anyway, so.
Yeah, so you can just leave the rock in the mech. It doesn't go in the party.
Take the rock with me everywhere. And I snap my fingers and the fucking rock disappears.
Hold on. Yeet, come on. It stays in the mech. It does not go to the party.
You stay in the mech.
No. We're a squad.
Put you on top of the mech.
Danger's gonna private call Yeet, ring you up on the headset here, Yeet, and yeah, I got an idea. I know, may just kind of being a buzzkill, but maybe we can find some blue fabric and just sneak it in like it's another guy. Something to think about.
It's there. It's not there. There? It's not there.
Oh, shit. You do magic?
Yes, that's what this whole fucking rock thing is.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, literally, he can just summon the rock from his mech if he needs it, and it'll appear in his hands.
I think there's a range of which you can summon it.
Is that like a weapon augment then, or something?
Yeah, I have
it's class stuff.
Oh,
I have my class stuff that I can apply runes to it. But I have a summoning rune on it.
That's pretty cool.
Or cold.
I'm assuming there's a distance limitation to that.
What 100 feet?
Yeah.
For called fusion, it's 100 feet.
Yeah, it's staying with me.
He just leaves it outside the building, basically. Walks in and this rock.
I respect him when we're on duty and like in the max and whatnot, but he's not telling me about my rock. I'm sorry.
I assumed we were all bringing our weapons, right? I don't know. It's like part of the uniform.
We bring our weapon. We can bring like the standard issue pistols, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys
This is dress uniforms. You don't get extra accoutrements on this. It's
you guys probably have some of your gear. Yeah. You guys are showing up to this event, so as you guys, you load your mechs up onto like transports. Then you guys load up into a transport yourself. You guys aren't actually driving the mechs there. The mechs are getting transported along with you because it's a couple hours to get to New Valor. And it would probably be longer within the mechs because they don't move quite as fast as the transports you guys take. But
speak for yourself. My mech's a rocket ship. It goes zoom.
Okay, congratulations. Like, you gonna leave everyone behind? You're gonna get there first?
Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow night.
I was like, yeah, you would never actually arrive.
Just walks into town. No, as you guys get your mechs loaded
faster for me to walk.
you guys get all the way pretty much to New Valor. You guys get into your mechs get loaded into one of the 4 hangars at New Valor. At the corners the New Valor is kind of a oval shaped town. I think I've shown you guys pictures before, but if I haven't, I'll show you more at some point. And at each like apex of the oval, basically the tops, the bottom is left and right. There is hangars that the NVDF operates out of. And you guys mechs get loaded into, I believe, blue hangar. So I'll hold up a map here. You can't really see a whole lot, but that's New Valor.
It's a giant circle.
It is a giant circle. Oh, I do have a map hidden Tailspire for it, but I don't want to switch maps around just for this. So you guys load your mechs up on this side to Blue Hangar, and you're going to make your way all the way up to this side to the Apex campus. And there are you guys basically load up on one of the there's a rail system within New Valor, and you can guys essentially ride the train to a closer stop, and then from the closer stop,
moving sidewalk,
you guys get basically a little private transport, or not a little truck. It's a pretty big truck because a Yeet comes and picks you guys up. And then drives you to the gates of New Valor or to the Apex campus, and
we always get that Uber XL, yo.
It's a big one.
It's built in.
And as you guys get close to Apex, you guys see a pretty large, fancy building it's basically encased all in glass. It's a stark contrast to all the buildings around it. Because it is obviously very new, very fancy, and a good chunk of New Valor is not very fancy. If you guys want to roll me a culture check, you might be able to know about some interesting stuff.
Any bonuses from being like a New Valor native?
Yeah, I'll give you a bonus.
All right, I got a 25.
Name's got a 23.
29 if I get the library tip bonus.
I got a 12 untrained.
All right, so the two of you that rolled over 20, you guys just kind of looking at the building and based just your previous classes you've had, maybe Pivot, just like in high school or something, you remember some history about one of the old one of the old nations that used to exist on Demalco before everybody moved underground, which was known as the Confederation of Volterra, and you notice that the Apex campus, a lot of their buildings are kind of constructed in that similar style as some of those old. They're like a modern twist on it, but it has some of that same architectural flair.
Neat.
Yeah, as I said a little bit ago, Apex Tower. It's not the tallest building in New Valor, but it's one of the tallest. It's as you come up, it is a 70-story tall building, so it's pretty
Well, that
big.
can't be embarrassing for them. I mean, their name alone.
There's probably a weird city code that nothing can be taller than a Guardian Tower, just so the Guardians don't feel feel bad about it. As you guys come up, you can kind of looking up the structure of the building. You see that there is like a very fancy like helipad or like landing pad up top, and everything is all lit up all the way up and down the building. And there is just a pretty good murmur of noise coming from the building as the whole building seems to be participating in the festivities of the day, essentially. And that's where we're start. Excuse me, as I pull us out of photo mode into exploration mode. You guys are essentially at the door of the Apex campus, knowing that you guys are supposed to go in and introduce yourselves. There are just like people hanging out, talking. You just hear vague chatter as you get close, people celebrating. It's kind of like how people celebrate Memorial Day here. They don't really talk about what the day's about. They're just kind of hanging out.
Can we like hear kind of what it is they're talking about, or
No barbecue.
anything particular?
This group closest to you guys as you get up, you can kind of, if you sit there and listen to them for 20-30 seconds maybe, you can tell they're Apex employees, and they're just kind of talking about some like budget report that had to happen like a week ago. They're just bitching about work, it sounds like. Bitching about work on the front steps of work.
It would suck to work in an office, yes. Thank goodness we have mechs. Our offices are wrapped.
Yeah, and as you guys look up at the front of the Apex Tower, you see on the like right side of the building, as you're looking at it, there is a large Europa mech, which is one of the first mechs that Apex built. And on the left is a what looks to be one of the shiny new Linkors. Essentially, they're displaying their technology wealth in front.
Yeah.
And if you guys give me like a perception or engineering check, if you look at those.
Okay. I can't get this goddamn thing.
27 perception.
9.
I brought Wabu, and he gives me a bonus to or brought my Wabu whirl, and he gives me a bonus.
20 engineering. That's it.
You guys can tell that these.
I have over a 30 engineering, if that makes a difference.
Yeah, this is not a hard check because you guys are mech pilots, so this is a pretty easy check. You guys realize that these two mechs displayed in front of Apex seem to be functional mechs. They're not just fancy statues. They seem as if they're actually like maintained to be operational.
Man, those Arapas are honestly, I still dig the more humanoid look of those versus the Linkors they gave us.
Yeah, they're very, very cool design, inspired by a movie by Guillermo del Toro.
I don't know what that's about, but like I respect the classic design of it, though. Really, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm also kind of vibing with, like, I'm also vibing with the dragon shape, working on with mine.
Yeah, your specific mech, which at this point is still just a very highly modified Linkor. your specific design has kind of made the outpost mechanic super annoying, just because it is such a pain in the butt to make a Linkor fly like a dragon.
Yep. Yeah, they don't like mages because every like other week he's like, all right, I have another idea for something we can change on it.
Yeah, and I didn't quite mention that, but it is like coming up sunset time. It's like party time at night, so stuff is the lights are all going and blowing and everything's you can just hear the sounds of the town behind you. As you guys came in at some point,
smash through these people.
there was a parade at one point that you guys know that you guys didn't participate or see the parade, but there was a parade. There's supposed to be like another parade tomorrow, also, like all sorts of stuff going on.
Hell yeah. But yeah, Mage's kind of just, all right, guys. Let's head on up to let's go meet with the bigwigs, I guess. Just kind of lead Omen Squad on in.
So this is a very big, tall building in Tailspire, so you will definitely have to play with that green slider to cut away the ceiling or stuff like that to make sure you can see.
Apparently, I'm all the way up at the roof on looking at myself showing on the stream. Because like, damn.
As we're walking towards the front doors, Danger will just sort of mutter, I haven't been in all that long. Have you guys ever been to something like this?
No. No, I haven't. Heard about it though. Heard some stories, I guess.
So, nephew's bar mitzvah once.
At Apex.
Man just kind of coughs.
It wasn't like it. It wasn't the exact same, but it was like it.
Yes. Well, my parents probably came here once too. So
I think I came here once on a field trip.
That sounds right. I bet there are definitely Dimalco like middle school field trips to Apex.
Yeah.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah, as you guys come up, there's obviously like a security type like counter. They have a really cool fancy aquarium like right behind them. That it's just cool like art decoration in the middle of the space.
That is a pretty good fish tank.
Yeah, I don't know who made that fish tank, but I found it on some website. It's real good.
Nice.
That was awesome looking.
It was Gabe.
What
Gabe made it.
Great job, Gabe. It is beautiful.
Thanks.
What was that you were saying, Clue?
What height do I need to be? This thing is being real clunky and slow tonight.
Let me.
I have mine at like 30, at like 40 feet right now.
Yeah, I mean you're gonna want this specific one to be at least under 70.
Okay.
But we are about to go up, so you're gonna have to adjust it again anyway. So yeah,
Just,
the
put it there and then I'll right click me.
the one head security guy kind of waves you guys forward and is just like, do you guys have your invitations?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can I
course, here.
see them?
May as well hand over his squad's invitations.
You
Oh.
can, but the
Omen
correct
Squad.
way
Yeah.
is
I
see them.
I heard you guys fought that was it Helios, that Kaio Core. Yeah. You guys are hot shit, I've heard. You guys had a lot of action so far.
Yeah, it's keeping us busy out there on the frontier. We were actually had to head up to the refuge when that got attacked recently too.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that too.
Yeah, that was us.
Yeah, I heard there's some big nasty guy banging on the outside. You guys just fucking boom, one shot, took it out like nothing.
Pretty much, yep, just about.
Yeah, you guys are nasty. Like, damn.
Hey, it's just part of the job. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, fucking stoked you guys are here. Like, yeah. He's like not even looking at your invitations after he read basically what your name is. He's like, yeah, I guess just go on. You guys know where you're going, right? You're going up to the showroom floor. That's where the event is tonight.
Yeah, of course. And here, can I see your data pad real quick?
Like, sure, yeah. He holds out his data pad.
Mage is then going to sign it and pass it around to the others to
Oh,
sign as
he,
well.
like,
except
you
for
see him
Yeet,
just-
he
We're
starts
gonna
to hand the Yeet and
We're
starts
gonna
like,
sign this guy's data pad.
I'll put Yeet up. I'm picturing like digital.
You see this
autographs
guy?
here.
He's just giving like a little like, fuck yeah! I didn't even have to ask.
Don't make an NFT out of this.
I bet you Pivot's got like an autograph already in mind.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, with like a little symbol or something.
Pivot seems the type to have a fucking autograph.
Yeah, I hadn't
I-
thought of that until now, but I think so.
Now I
Yeet
picture,
has
what
a,
kind of
like,
autograph Mage
He
does.
goes to take out his stylus, but then he just clicks the end of it, and it sends out an auto signature for.
That's
It's just
I picture.
perfectly engineered.
He just
And
draws a picture of a rock, basically.
it's Yeet. It's very neatly Yeet the Bramer.
All right, yeah, you guys basically get waved through the security. If you guys have weapons on you, they don't really care, because you're the new Valor Defense Force. Like you're the up and coming squad right now, so they don't care.
Big rock.
Yeah, I'm bringing my Xenolash.
And I'm gonna very quickly drop you guys up to the top of this facility real
Oh.
quick.
Thank you. I was trying to be myself. Like, nope, you'll be much better and faster
No.
at that.
There's no quick way to do elevators in Telspire thing, unfortunately.
I'm trying to think about the best angle that kind of showcase this is gonna be. So you're just like you're like, oh
Jeez.
god.
Yeah.
I have no idea. All I see is black right now. I'm so lost.
So there should be
Oh, man.
It's
Oh,
a
yeah,
packed room.
there, I think.
it is a packed room. As the elevator doors open up, you guys see a bunch of people in this room. It is essentially like a showroom floor. You guys see the walls are lined with all sorts of mechs, including a very nice looking Linkor that looks just immaculate condition. There's people all over the room. There's just a good general, buzz and chatter of people talking about. There's, like waiters and stuff walking around with like plates of, hors d'oeuvres and drinks and stuff like that. There should be on the
I grab
right
whatever
side-
bacon wrapped item I can find. That's
on
nearby.
the right side of the scale, there should be a bookmark, a little white tab that you can click that should put the stuff at a good level. It just might take a minute to find the bookmark.
Hard to find.
But yeah.
Like, what's gonna be a good angle to kind of showcase all this?
There's a lot of stuff going on in this room. There's a lot of
Yeah.
people, a lot of groups. You do kind of
Oh,
notice
there
that
we go. Perfect.
there are like groups centered around people. And as you get closer, you might recognize people in the room.
Jesus, I am huge.
You're real big.
You're a big fella.
I'd probably get like a bunch of people taking pictures of me like I'm a goddamn mech.
When you walk in the room, you do realize there is at least one other person that is as twice as tall as everybody else.
Nice.
Hold on, is that a werewolf over
I-
there?
It's actually
Make fun-
it's a
I-
Uplifted bear.
Velaka. It's not a werewolf. It's a
Oh,
Velaka.
Okay, fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I couldn't find a Velaka, and I didn't want to buy one, so I just dropped a werewolf in. It's close enough.
I dig it. I guess
Yeah, there is all sorts of people. Like pretty much as soon as you guys step on the floor, people show up with drinks. I'm assuming you guys take them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeet whispers down into them to keep them coming. I'm big fella. Need
the it's like just a demi. He looks very young, like maybe 18, 19-year-old waiter. Like basically like he works for a contract company. He looks at you and just gives you like a really broad, like big thumbs up, like I will do my fucking best to serve you all night, sir.
Yeet slips him like 20 credits.
Take
Like,
it
just
off your
passes
character sheet. You said it, it counts.
it. Yeah.
I heard
I'm
it.
doing
We
it.
all heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Magus
Hang on,
will just
wrong
kind of
remote,
like
or wrong
side eye
remote.
Yeet as he
Fucking
grabs his
mouse.
drink, and he's just like, guys, just mingle, be cool, don't cause any ruckus. We are here representing the NVDF and Omen Squad, so leave a good impression. Don't cause any fights, but have a good time. All
Let
right.
me Screenshot.
You see Cole's drinking maybe a little bit faster than he normally would too. Cole maybe not too much party time.
Is Cole a little anxious? Like
I
what?
think
What?
maybe a
Let's,
little bit. I think maybe
yeah.
a little bit.
What is? Let's just take a pause there and let's just say, like, what's everyone's as the doors open and seeing this room full of people and the walls lining with mechs. What's running through your guys' mind right now?
Need drinks. People scary. Can't smash with rock. Normally smash with rock. Look for big man. Make eye contact with big man. Big man gets it. There's too many little ones. We might step on them.
I think Danger's pretty odd. It just
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
What's that?
odd? Yeah.
No, odd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Experience.
Odd. Okay. Yeah.
Very
no, okay.
normal,
Okay.
but odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think him and Yeet probably go and find the keg. Well, I guess yeah.
How's
already.
Mages feel? Is Mages like looking at this is my time to sell my squad as the next big guys? Literally big guys.
Magus just like looks at his squad and is immediately it's like, all right, this is probably going to be trouble. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'll just talk him out any trouble that happens. And I feel like he looks at and sees how awkward and uncomfortable the other three are. I'm like, oh, it's going to be a night. He's already started to plan damage control.
Oh. So what's the vibe? Are they playing music?
There is music in the room.
Is it kind of just ambient though?
Yeah, it's like that vague like soundtrack that you might hear at some type of convention, that some office party type event. But there's so much chatter in the room that it's kind of hard just to hear any vague music. Like it is just like there's just a lot of talking. You do hear some more like exaggerated voices, like some people they might be arguing, they might be in a like debating with each other about stuff, but there's some groups that are louder. There's some groups that sounds like it's just one person talking a whole lot while other people are listening to them, and that just the groups kind of have different dynamics based off what's going on. And there's more people walking around than what's actually represented on the map. I don't want to break the tailspire too much, but it is essentially a packed room.
Yeah.
And there's going to be like famous political and like celebrity figures at this thing,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you can start the night with a culture check real quick, or a knowledge check of like, I don't know what would be appropriate knowledge to know who's local, but like culture would be a good starting spot.
Rolled bad, but I've got a total of 14 and then plus 4 so 18 culture, and then I don't know any benefits from being local myself.
Yeah, there's definitely a benefit being local yourself. So you do notice, you kind of scan the party, and you kind of look around and you see there are members of Tempest Squadron here. You do see them amongst the crowd. You see there is a large uplifted bear in the room, and you see him talking to he's talking to a group of people, and you see Raptor is in the group talking to them, and you sit there thinking, and you do recognize the bear from like commercials. You feel like you've seen the bear somewhere. You can't quite remember where you've seen him from,
Okay.
but you're like I've definitely seen that guy on TV before. They
Is there like a clear path towards maybe Tempest or the bear? Where's the bear in relation? I can't see the bear.
he's
afraid
pretty
to
much like the
try it.
bear is pretty much right in the middle of the room. I mean, Yeet has the benefit of everyone's going to move out of Yeet's way when Yeet moves.
Yeah.
So it's pretty much a straight shot for Yeet everywhere. You do notice like Tempest, they're kind of all in their own area. They're all kind of doing separate things. They're not stuck together.
Where's our little buddy? I rolled a 22 perception. I was the one that always gets beat the fuck up.
Starburst. So Starburst is actually right next to you guys, pretty much as you come in. He is standing in front of one of the mech displays, and he has like a gaggle of people around him that seem to be fawning over Starburst, because Starburst is a good-looking guy. He's a suave, charismatic dude who just kind of gets his ass beat a lot because he's more looks than he is anything else.
Yeah. He grabs him in front of all of his followers on his way towards the bear. And he says, "You, me, drinks later."
He's startled for a second, and you see like there's a brief look of like fear on his face as you like
I'm
maybe
literally like in his face.
you like clasp
big,
a hand on his shoulder, and he like looks up at you
right in his fucking chest.
He's like, oh Yeet, yeah, man, I didn't see you come in. I should have. Look at you, but
I'm
yeah,
not sure to feel footprints.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, hey, like I'm doing some interviews over here, but when I'm done with these, I'll find you.
Yes, do that. Enjoy your talkie.
So
I'm gonna
Yeet's
drinky.
Yeet's making his way to the bear.
Yeah, do I spot my waiter coming to me with my big drink?
You see him in the corner, and he just has like a pretty decent sized bucket, and he's just pouring champagne flutes into it to try to fill it up.
Yes, like a 5-gallon bucket of champagne flutes. That's what I want.
All right, so Yeet's going towards the bear. What's everybody else doing? Or is people sticking with Yeet's? Or
I think scatter. I think split up party
Scatter.
style.
Yeah.
He throws down a glass and everybody runs.
is there? Are you guys? Feel free to say what you think you would do, or ask who you are looking for, something like that. So, are you guys gonna walk up to a group, or are you guys gonna like just kind of hang out, talk to each other? Like, what's going on?
I picture Danger just like randomly inserting himself to conversations, like people looking at the mechs.
Get consent before.
But he'll just like try to pull shit out of his ass to like make him sound cool.
What
like
kind of party is this? Am I right?
Yeah,
like,
let's say Danger comes up to this group over here, and you see what's her heck's name from Tempest Squadron? I'm blanking on her name right now. Highbrow, the Vesk,
Highbrow.
and she's talking to it seems to be some like maybe some Apex like higher ups, maybe some engineers. And then there's another uniformed NVDF individual, and she's just like talking about like performance specs of the Linkors and how she really feels like if they were able to tweak like the reactor output, that she thinks that the Linkor would really be able to perform like 12% better.
Yeah, Danger's gonna try to sound.
That's huge numbers.
He's gonna try to like.
We should be all about that and listening to her.
Yeah, but that may be true. Except I don't think you compensated for the bilateral drag.
Uh,
And
roll
he's gonna
me a
roll the
bluff.
21 on a bluff.
I dig it.
Okay. Highbrow. I don't know what Highbrow's skills are off the top of my head.
I would hope that it's a solid if they're talking this much shit to engineering.
All right.
people
So
from
that
the,
Highbrow,
company.
she looks at you and she kind of like raises her eyebrow and she's like, bilateral drag. I mean, I guess if you were able to like really tweak the performance matrix for the SFSB, you might be able to compensate for that, but it's not really something we have to worry about with the Lincor specifically.
Oh yeah, of course. It's just you know, Huskar. I'm a Huskar.
Yeah,
Why?
Danger, I know who you are. She just like looks at you. I mean, she's a vest, so she's a big like lizard person. She just looks at you, and for a vest, she's not huge because she's a more of a slender build type vest. But she looks at you and she's like, "Come on, man, don't make me look bad." That is basically her expression right now.
Yep.
What about the camera pans over to May, not May, just because he stepped away from his computer to Pivot. But camera pans over to Pivot. Where's Pivot making their way towards? And
Oh
don't
no,
say
I was gonna
downtown.
say that Pivot was gonna stick with Magus because when down at a party, you stick with your slightly more charismatic friend. You know.
All right, I mean,
That's
you get to decide where you and May just go then, because that's what happens. Because Kay
No.
walked away.
You beeline for the alcohol.
Who's in this group that's like right in front of us?
So this group right here. So you
Yeah.
notice, like just a quick, easy perception check.
Wait. I'm here.
Oh, Kay's here. Never mind.
I was actually gonna say, Mage is gonna look for anyone he might recognize or as an Apex employee, and head over to that group to kind of chat them up. He's also wants to scope out is Sharpwing here.
Roll me a perception check.
Well, that's gonna be a natural 1.
Uh,
So it's
Do you ask Pivot who?
It's
if
all
I see
it's all
somebody-
ankles and knees that you can see.
uh-huh.
If you ask Pivot to look for someone, he will.
Hey, Pivot, do you see Sharpwing anyway? I know Highbrow and Starburst are over there, but
The old
I
will
got
they,
a
won't they,
unnatural
Sharpwing and
20.
Magus.
Yeah, the unnatural 20. Yeah, you notice Highbrow over there talking. Danger just inserted himself into that conversation. Starburst is, sitting there talking to what appeared to be like essentially like fawning like media people. You kind of look backwards a little bit and you see Chuckles is kind of hanging out by himself in this corner with one other random person who's not in uniform or anything, and they're just like kind of casual chatting. You don't see Sharpwing in the room at all. There is another Strix in this group with the bear, but you actually don't see Sharpwing.
okay.
No, I don't see Sharpwing anywhere.
That's weird. So Mage is then going to send a message on his comment, send a text to Sharpie and be like, "Hey Sharpie, you're missing the party," and then like get Pivot to pose with him real quick for a quick selfie.
You
And
see,
then-
Pivot
when
takes
you
out
s-
Whirl for the selfie.
when after you send the message, you see like the ... as if somebody's typing something, and then it goes away, and then it comes back, and then goes away again,
Uh-huh.
and then you just receive back a single smiley face.
May just kind of chuckles and tucks his data pad. Is like, why don't we go see what's going on, and then make his way over towards, I think this group over here where the Laka is. Let's see what's going on being talked about here.
Okay. Yeah, you guys walk up to that group. It does kind of sound like there's kind of a like a generic business conversation going on. They're talking about sales production, and they're talking about like trying to meet like a certain performance standard with the mechs, and somebody keeps piping up about like, well, maybe we should really model after this type of stuff. And there's a little bit of a side conversation about like, someone talking about making sure they can like really be able to combat the colossi, because that's obviously the key goal, is making sure we can remove the colossus, the colossals from the area, because obviously they're not. You can hear someone say they're not like native to the area, so maybe they should do what we can to get rid of those and that type of stuff. Like it's just that type of generic, just like it's a lot of business talk. People are doing business talk. As you guys get close to it, you can probably give me like a profession Huskar check would be absolutely appropriate. But then also a other like culture check, essentially.
Ooh, I got a natural
Professional
20 on
Huskar.
the culture check.
Do I have
so it's
expertise
like
in
a-
this yet?
30,
No.
33 with library chip, or 29 without. I'm using a different die, and this one has "heck yeah" written instead of 20.
Heck
oh
yeah.
no, instead of 1.
Heck yeah.
I rolled a 10 for a total of 23 on my professional Huskar check, and my die is clear and has like a little conversation heart in the middle of it.
Aww.
I got it for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, as you guys walk up to this group, Pivot, you notice the Valaka is in an MVDF uniform. They're actually not naked like the minis seems. And you recognize the rank insignia and the name immediately. Mages would know this too, as this is a Kersey Snow Shadow, who is the leader of the Gold Protector, which is one of the 4 wings of the NVDF. So he's like the 4th in charge of the NVDF, basically.
Wow.
How does that compare to Raptor's rank?
Way above. Raptor is like a rank and file officer, basically, compared to
this guy is
So-
like the head of the Navy.
Yeah, 100. Like that's a great. He is in charge of like a whole literal wing
Like
of the NVDF.
Department of
Is it
the
our
Navy.
wing?
No, you guys are under the what would be the blue, because you guys were in blue hangar. You guys are under the blue protector, who you guys know your most senior commanding officer is Azil Bright.
Raptor is a command group leader.
Azil Bright, you guys know is a human that's probably somewhere in here too.
I'll say yeah.
You guys have probably never met any of these guys. Maybe you guys have seen their pictures on a wall.
One of the wings.
Um,
as it were.
Well, we definitely want to introduce myself.
Pivot, you also recognize with the culture check that one of these people talking is a individual named Talasa Skipper, who is the local leader of the gnarled branch of the Xenowardens. They're
my parents
this.
Every Sunday.
It's
my
this
parents' boss.
individual, the Jubanan, the one-legged frog people. The Jubnan.
It's a
yeah.
Jabun.
Yeah. So they're this frog person here.
Jabun.
So I might have met them before when I was like a kid or something.
You've
Because my
maybe
parents have worked
you've
for them
seen their
for,
name.
like, a long time.
Yeah, as you guys walk up to
Don't
this
startle
specific
them.
group,
They might blow up on you.
they make a little bit of room for you to join in as I move the minis around.
Yeah, I'm afraid to move. There's too many.
And they kind of wave you in, and they're just like the Kersey, the Valaka. He's a big dude for a Valaka, and you must be Omen Squad, I believe. He's kind of looking you guys up and down, sees your guys' ranks and stuff. I believe is it Magus, and you must be what's Pivot, right? Yeah, Pivots.
Sir, yes, sir, that's correct.
I'm glad you guys were able to join us today. we've got some casual conversation here going. How do you guys feel about the colossal as a local fauna? I guess is the right way to put it.
So the like general xenowarden stance is that they are invasive species.
They're
right?
an invasive species. Yeah, that's the
Then that would
stance.
probably be what Cole believed as well. Like, well, they're clearly they didn't evolve here in the same way that many of the other species did. There's so I think that they need to be removed to the best of our ability for the benefit of the environment and the safety of all.
See, that's something I've honestly kind of disagree with a little bit. I think that like we have historical evidence of giant creatures like this always have been existed. There's all the tales and stories from our history that say, hey, there are these giant monsters that always run around. We even have fossil evidence of this, if I remember correctly, that have been found in some of the larger wastelands by archaeological digs. So at some point, the colossi have been here for a very long time. They just vanished at some point for some reason, and then they return now when the giant cataclysm, when the awakening occurred.
The Jabubnan, however you say that, Talasa, she looks at you, specifically Magus, is like, have you ever studied their genetics, their physical makeup? You know they don't actually match with anything else that's evolved here on Damago, right?
Well, that doesn't mean
just because something's here a long time does not mean it's supposed to be here.
I mean, I'm a Raxolite. My people aren't from here, but I was born on this planet and born and raised here. Doesn't mean I don't belong here.
Thanks for making my point.
Well, no, that's not making your point at all, because I was born here. I'm a member of this planet for having been born here and lived here most of my life. Just because I don't naturally come here doesn't mean I don't belong here. It's the same thing with them. Just because they may not have naturally come here doesn't mean they don't belong here at this point. Like, it is unfortunate that they attack and that we're at constant war with them, but at the same time, that doesn't mean like we have to go for pure and utter eradication. They aren't invasive species, as you like to say.
The gold protector Kersey kind of looks at you and is like, you do realize the NVDF's current expectation is essentially utter eradication, right?
I'm aware of that, but I'm not talking in the same sense as what the Xenowardens pretend of. Oh, this is an invasive species. We have to burn them out, root and seed. Like, yeah, they're threats, so we deal with them and handle them. But it doesn't mean we have to sit there and hunt down their nests and prove any existence of them has never occurred. Like, I'm fine taking out the colossi when they're threats and dealing with them as they do cause monstrous amounts of damage, but they aren't. I'm just trying to say they aren't necessarily invasive species like they are purporting.
There's a lady amongst this group here. She's in a very nicely sharp pressed suit. She looks, middle-aged. A Damaco, a Demai individual herself, and she just kind of looks at you, Magus, and she's like, so you don't support the freedom of New Valor and Demalco from the Colossus? You want to continue their existence on this planet?
Hold on, I'm trying to think of the right way to phrase this.
When the most charismatic individual in our party puts his foot right in his mouth.
I think
walked into the wrong group with this conversation.
Pivot looks aghast.
I
like
think that there
you're attacking
is
some of Pivot's core beliefs.
Large difference in completely eradicating local species and protecting ourselves and keeping a local species contained.
But they're definitionally not a local species. They're invasive. They come from elsewhere and disrupt the environment. There are many species that were eradicated during the awakening. that were native to this, that were native and did exist here. The
The,
entire
And
ecosystem.
given
has
the
been
and again,
corrupted.
given the ancient lore and stories of this very planet, they have been here a lot longer than just the Awakening as well.
The Talissa, the leader of the Gnarled Branch, kind of points and kind of sees the Wabu there poking their head out of Pivot's, however Pivot carries the Wabu. He's like, the Wabu themselves would be extinct if it wasn't for our part of our rebreeding programs, because the Colossi have pretty much wiped out all their native areas.
But
World
there's
is kind of like just like looks around.
Can you guys, as we're talking, you guys give me like a diplomacy check as you're basically trying to. This conversation keeps going. We're not going to go, point by point through the conversation. Just give me a diplomacy check.
It's gonna be a 27 for Magus.
All right.
I got an 11 plus whatever. I don't know. I guess probably no bonuses, but I got an 11.
Yeah, I just like Mage's whole point is like he doesn't one Colossi are invasive species. He's fully convinced that they are from this planet originally, and that like there's a vast difference between full and utter elimination and keeping them contained and keeping the threat contained and out of civilization as it exists. And then also, they did not cause the Awakening. That was the war between the Holy Kingdom and the Confederation.
The conversation kind of continues a little bit, and like you notice, like Talassa, the Xeno Warden, like she's not arguing with you as much, because you're like, she's kind of thinking over your point. She's like, okay, like I get your point of view. Like that's like you get the gist of the conversation is essentially her going, okay, like you have a valid perspective. And then let's say the camera pans over a little bit to the neighboring group, and we see a group of individuals, pretty bolstery talking. With amongst them is the large uplifted bear, and we see Clue walking up behind this uplifted bear. And the bear kind of turns and parts. And Clue, you see amongst this group of individuals, you see your commander Raptor.
Hell yeah.
Roll me a quick perception check as you look amongst this group.
All right. 18. 9, is that right? What's my modifier? Is it 9 or 10? I can't recall.
You roll
Either
18 on the
18.
dice?
No,
Or 18 total?
9. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 18 total.
So you see Raptor, obviously. Standing next to Raptor is a Strix, who seems to be wearing like the uniform of a what are they called? A steward. And then on the other side of Raptor, you see another man in NVDF uniform. It's a human who is wearing also basically the shiny brass of a protector rank officer, essentially the equivalent rank of the Vlaka and the other group. This is just a human, and you remember that your blue wing of the NVDF is overseen by a human named Azil Bright. And as you walk in and the group kind of parts for you, you would infer that this might be like your superior commanding officer. And as this group walks over, you see Raptor. He smiles and looks up at you, and he's like, "Yeet, come on in here. We got a good conversation." And you see Raptor. He kind of points over his shoulder, and one of the waiter boys
Raptor
basically
with my
comes
big
running.
5-gallon bucket that I fashioned a handle. I like bent the thing so it is a nice handle for myself.
Raptor, he kind of gives a very like Raptor you guys usually see is a very buttoned up officer. He is usually with you guys very by the books. But Raptor, you guys know, also has a reputation that he is a very famous Huskar. And he kind of gives like a very casual elbow to this commanding officer next to him, Azil, and he's like, "Yeet, here's one of my up and coming Huskars with Omen Squad. He likes to throw
Emphasis on
rocks.
up.
Really, he just throws rocks. I've never seen. We can barely get this guy into a mech, but he throws rocks. Get in here. We're having a conversation.
I've got my beer in my right hand, and I switch it over to my left, and I flick and I have the rock. And I just I hold it out for everybody, and I hand it to, it's not heavy. You can hold it.
he Raptor kind of laughs, and Raptor points like, "This is Protector Azil Bright. I'm assuming you already know." He kind of gives you like a very sly wink, like, "Yeah, you should know this guy." To his right, he points to the Strix. He goes, "This is Captain Keelian Zen. He's the local steward liaison. I can never say that word. Liaison here. Kind of helps try to get us some outward support out in the rest of the pack worlds. And then our big tall friend here is this is I'm sure you've seen his commercials. This is Senator Hammerhands, and the uplifted bear towards you and goes to give you
see another big fella around
he
here.
goes to give you a good handshake. Just roll me. Let's do competing strength checks here. just to see how much of a predator handhold we get going on.
Well, I got a 16 on a die, plus I believe 6, but let me double check that. Hang on.
Okay, well, Senator Hammerhands doesn't have a character sheet, but I did roll a nat 20. So,
Oh, that's pretty good. My strength bonus is plus 5 currently.
You
so
guys
I got a
collapse
21.
hands like so hard that people in the room look because they think one of the mechs
It's
just fell over.
thunderous.
Basically,
Yeah,
it is
thunderous
it
clap.
is a loud, thunderous clap. And Hammerhands is like, yeah. I saw one of your last battle reports. You're quite a character out there on the field. I've seen. It's good to have such marketable individuals for the NVDF.
I almost bought the car from you just because of your commercial.
I don't. Wait. What? I don't sell cars.
Wait.
You mean my campaign ads?
Oh,
the one
was
campaign
it not a car
ad.
sale? Like you were standing next to that car. I almost bought that car.
No, I get the confusion because that one campaign ad, I threw the car against the rocks.
I wanted to throw that car.
Yeah, I get the confusion. Yeah, no, it was a campaign ad for my next election cycle.
Would you like to throw my rock?
I hope I'll have support from you for the next election.
Oh, absolutely, sir.
And
don't tell me throwing things alone.
Raptor, this will be a very funny conversation. This is the best group for Yeet to walk into. Raptor kind of looks up at Yeet and so Yeet, how we were just having a brief conversation about the holdfast program versus the normal day efforts of the NVDF. Where do you feel like you fall in that spectrum? Are you a strong supporter of the holdfast program, or where do your thoughts lie? As Raptor looks up at you, you can roll me a culture check or just a straight intelligence check if you want to try to see if you know what the holdfast program.
Intelligence check, if you don't mind. Yes, I will do that. It doesn't matter when I got a 5 on the die. I had a +1, so 6.
You think you know what the word holdfast means? Like you're like,
Yeah, I hold fast.
Yeah.
So I defer to my squadron leader and my group commander, but I think that both need to work in conjecture together more effectively vis-a-vis communicating with the
roll me
words.
You know you're fucked when you bring out the vis-a-vis.
roll me a diplomacy check, and don't forget that you have a +2 to this because you look nice.
Oh yeah, forgot all this.
And I'm gonna give
Oh,
you
yeah,
another
I forgot
plus.
my +2 earlier. Sorry.
It's fine. You guys have been doing all right. I'll give you another +2 because you're actually like you said a nice thing to say. Like it sounded believable. So
Okay,
+4
well,
overall.
that'll be a +4 to this. All right.
You got this. I believe in you.
Hey, nat 20.
Ooh.
Hey.
You
I
see,
did it. I did it. It was the vis-a-vis.
you see, you see Hammer Hands, the senator. You know the bear senator. He looks at you and he's like, "That's a really fair point. It's actually yeah, it's very important for us to make sure we implement the strengths of the NVDF with the strengths of the hold fast program because I mean obviously we've seen struggles with the hold fast program already and not to say the NVDF hasn't had their own struggles. I mean we're part of tonight's celebrations is about those struggles, but it's obviously the strength and cooperation there.
I personally, Senator, would like to see possibly a team come with us, maybe as support, so that we can stay out longer and go further. But I don't know how we could maybe approach that best.
The Strix captain Keelian looks at you and is like, yeah, like a good like a full on support branch of the NVDF. That would actually we use something similar with some long term stewards operations. So it would seem to
only
make
do so much.
sense that would be
And,
something that
one of
the
my team goes down. We are ducks in the water.
yeah we can't leave the NVDF hanging out there. It would make sense that you guys should have some extra support there. And as this kind of conversation continues, let's take a quick bio break here, and then we'll come back as this party continues.
All right.
Good times.
Are we back? We're back. Maybe on
are
Dude,
so
Where's
back.
My Drift? We're so back because we're fucking roasting K over here like the little guy he is. Like
Every time.
like he thinks he's all big and tough because he GMs on Thursday night, but I have the power here. I get to control what happens.
Just remember,
Pause the stream right
you're
now.
also
okay? Do it.
volunteering
Do
to
it.
join
Do it. Show
another
him his
game with me
boss.
running it. So just keep that in mind, Doge. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I'm aware. All
Aware
right.
what?
Oh man.
I wear these nuts.
He's nuts.
So as we come back, there's a brief montage in time as we see Magus and Pivot sitting there having some vaguely political ethnical concerns and conversations about the ramifications of the colossi existing on the planet and stuff like that. We see Yeet still kind of bullshitting his way through a pretty hardcore political discussion.
I'm doing awesome.
And the Senator Hammerhands, you the two of you have been slowly feeding each other drinks because Senator Hammerhands
I got him
also
a bucket
has
too.
a waiter boy bringing him
Needs a
full-size
bucket.
drinks.
There's no buckets here for him.
We pick
No, please take my bucket.
the camera picks back up over on Danger. Is Danger still hanging out with Highbrow, or where's Danger moving specifically?
Well, I think that he would sort of make a point to ping pong around, and I mean, this is kind of his dream scenario, almost. His best case for being enlisted in the NVDF is meeting a bunch of important, influential people. So as he goes from group to group, he just sort of, works in like, yeah, it's a really hot planet, huh? So hot here on Dimelco. But
there's you kind of run into this individual, like let's say right next to you, this Patra here. It's a catfolk person. You basically you both are like leaving groups and you kind of walk into each other and you're just like, yeah, as you just said. And they just kind of look at you and they're just like, yeah, it's pretty hot. Yeah, I guess it is. Do I know you?
not yet, but I think you're about to.
Security on.
Yeah, but I think you're about to. Perfect answer.
Give me either a harder perception check or a culture check. Or if I don't think you have profession Huskar, but it would also be appropriate here.
I'll take the hard perception.
So,
What's your soft perception, though?
you do notice this person is also wearing an NVDF uniform.
Yeah, that does not matter in the least to me.
You notice that they might have more shiny bits on it than you do, but you don't. I mean, maybe you're not quite aware what they all mean.
Yeah,
or maybe you don't. Maybe you're not really looking at them all. It's not that you don't know what they mean. It's maybe just you're not really seeing them like for what they are.
Yeah. And maybe I do see them for what they are, and just think like, all right, we're in like Flynn.
Yeah.
But so he says, you know what me and my mom and my dad always say is, control your climate, control your destiny. New Val Air Condense Force. And he whips out a business card.
This
oh no.
This
Oh,
Patra
no.
kind of slowly reaches out and takes it and just like, did you practice that?
For 27 years.
That's pretty good. They like look you up and down like they're trying to think, like maybe like they think that they should know who you are, and they're like,
you're an HVAC guy?
are you a Huskar?
Am I a
Are you
Huskar?
doing bad with money?
You do
Yeah.
notice they do put the business card in their pocket. They
Are
do
still,
keep it.
Are they still paying you?
As of 4 months ago, I'm one of the best damn Huskars in all of Omen Squadron.
Oh,
I don't know.
Omen. You're with Omen Squad. All right. Yeah, you serve under Raptor over there. Yeah.
Very diplomatic.
You
for
guys
you,
had some
but-
you guys had some fantastic exploits. That Dracagor at that down starship. Yeah, that was you guys. That was
That was us,
that's
guys.
pretty impressive with the level of, she looks you up and down, or they look you up and down. The level of skill you have, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't even have to train for this. It's just, I mean, you know, I didn't kill all of them. A lot of that was other people, but I mean, I'm very skilled.
I'm
You,
sure you are. I'm Protector Striker. I oversee Black Hanger. One of the, you would know this is one of the 4 hangars of the NVDF. Basically, this is one of the other 4 commanders of the NVDF. There's 4 of them, and this is one of them. It's a non-binary strike Patra individual.
Gotcha. He hears that and he says, well, we don't do lighting, but we're thinking about branching out. So, you know, maybe some candles until you can get your hangar lit up. But
Are you making a illumination joke?
no, God, I wouldn't joke. This is all business.
They like look at you and they smile. It's a very funny smile because they're a cat person.
Mage's
And they-
back is like just going straight up. He's like, I sense something terrible happening right now.
And this conversation continues, and it seems to be going well. And the camera pans over to Magus, and Magus, you're looking over the room a little bit. Is there anywhere you're going specifically?
So Magus would eventually slip away from the Wild Wardens and pivot to go and just kind of do a loop and checking how the rest of his squad is doing. He is honestly amazed at how Yeet is handling himself, and he just groans inwardly with danger. He's also just randomly like text messaging Sharpwing some more, like doing a yawning face emojis, talking about how some of those conversations is quite dull, or some of the interesting people that he sees around here. Yeah.
You have not received a single response back since that smiley face.
And eventually he is going to try and like grab one of her squad mates and be like, hey, what's up with Sharpwing?
Yeah, let's say you're over there next to, let's say, since you're on the map near him, over next to Chuckles,
Mhm.
and the Hobgoblin, and you approach him asking where Sharpwing is, and he smiles and he just kind of looks at you and he's just like, you didn't hear?
No, what's going on?
Oh, I can't ruin the surprise.
Chuckles. Come on. It's me, it's Mages. We came up together. You can come on, we'll just step aside here so they can't over here and just tell her what's going on. What's going on? Like I thought she'd be here. The rest of you guys are here.
Roll me a diplomacy check.
It's only a 5 on the die with my +2 from the uniform. That's a total of 23.
Jesus fuck.
Listen,
Fucking
Magus,
stupid space bard.
Magus,
Our boys, man.
we are legally sworn to not say anything, so I can't tell you.
That just like has Mages like
We
intrigue
signed
sense going
NDAs.
off.
They
Like,
can't come after us,
Wait,
but they can
so-
take all of
so-
our money.
hold on a second here. Legally sign a contract with who? What?
He just like he's just like he like does a zip lip motion. It's like can't say. I'm not supposed to say
Is
nothing.
oh goddamn, she's not getting promoted ahead of me, is she?
Can't say nothing. And as this brief conversation's going, let's pan over again to let's say, what is Yeet still with the bear?
Oh, absolutely. We are now arm wrestling. I think while pounding back buckets of very, very expensive champagne.
Yeah, the the commander of your whole NVDF wing is just kind of standing there like, oh, I hope this idiot doesn't make a fool of us. But then like the steward guy there is like egging you guys on, like the between the bear and the Strix.
Yeah, he's losing his mind. He's pulling
guys
out his hair.
maybe
because
had
he's
one
got
too many
money on
drinks,
it somehow.
basically. And the camera hovers there for a brief second on a Pivot full arm wrestle with this bear before it pans over to Pivot. Is what's Pivot specifically doing? Or
I think Pivot would probably want to branch out and talk to some other folks. Probably, what's going on with this group over here?
oh, perfect. You walk over there and you see Raptor talking to a pair of individuals who are standing very close to each other. And there's a couple individuals around them who seem maybe to be like they're aides of some sort, or just like kind of local like people, like event people just trying to help out. Roll me a culture check, and you're gonna get a big freebie bonus because you're from New Valor.
A creepy
25.
bonus?
Freebie. What was that total?
25.
25. So you walk up to this group. Raptor sees you. He gives you a quick wave over, and maybe you kind of pick up your pace as you come over. As Raptor is talking to who you know of Hanara Trin and Zupushi Loralu, the Guardians of New Valor.
Oh wow. Yeah, then Pivot would definitely make his way here. I'm assuming he's like a couple drinks in, feeling a little more comfortable now. Would definitely walk over and introduce himself.
As you walk up,
whirl.
Raptor, he Hanara, Zupisha, I want to introduce you to one of my my other Huskars from Omen Squad. This is Pivot here. And you see they're the two of them. They're kind of stark opposites in appearance. There's Hanara Tren, who is they're both Demai. I believe they're both Demai. She's tall, very fit. She wears very regal, clothing. And then there's Zupisha, who is, a little on the shorter side, a little on the rounder side. She's she's very obviously chewing some like gum, and every now and then blows a bubble of gum out. They're standing awfully close to each other, and every once in a while they hold hands. And Zupisha, the one that has the big, basically whatever you call that type of hairstyle, oh yeah, I've heard of you guys. You guys know Starburst.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just roll a really quick like culture check.
Oh no. I rolled that one. It's still a +9, and then probably wouldn't have the library chip for this quick thing.
No,
so yeah.
You vaguely remember Starburst saying he's related to someone important in the NVDF.
Okay.
and
Oh,
maybe
no.
you think it might be this person, but you're not 100% sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and Raptor is just like, yeah, I've been really excited for Omen Squad coming up. They've been doing a lot of good work. They're definitely one of the brightest classes of Huskars we've had in a while.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. We're doing what we can.
And Hanara kind of looks at you and is just like, yeah, I remember reading one of those battle reports. You guys were just at the refuge recently too, and the Helios. You guys took down Helios and the new Lincors. That was one of the first time the Lincors have been deployed. That was pretty impressive.
You can tell Pivot's trying to be like humble about it, but there's like that smile creeping up on his face, and he's like, "Oh yeah, well, yeah, we go where they send us."
At some point, like Raptor kind of like he makes like a whistle noise essentially, and all of you guys have heard this noise at some point. So roll me a perception check to see if you guys hear this whistle. Pivot, you instantly hear it because you're right next to him.
And
He's
I rolled
basically
that 20.
he's basically trying to get everyone's attention, the other Omen squad's attention.
That's going to be a 21 from Magus.
Yeah. As you guys hear Raptor's whistle, and you guys have heard this plenty of times through the past year or so, you guys make you see him waving you guys over to come talk to the Guardians. And as you guys come up, the rest of this essentially posse kind of disperses, besides this one lady who just kind of hangs out because I don't want to move them too far.
May just quickly hisses at Chubb, like, "God damn it, what's going on?" And then he hears the whistle before, and like, "Oh shit, we're not in trouble. We're not in trouble." What did he do? And looks over, and then heads on over.
Yeah, you come over and you see Pivot's already there, in a bit of a conversation, and Raptor kind of politely interjects, "Guardians, I want to introduce you to the rest of Omen Squad. I figure since you meet one of them, you should probably meet the rest of them. This little one squad leader is Magus.
Sorry, hi.
Our Solarian friend here is Danger Peligro. I'm sorry, Danger. I get so used to just saying Danger. And the one that we've all witnessed arm wrestling tonight is Yeet. Omen Squad. This is a Hanara Trin and Zupishi Lardu. These are the Guardians of New Valor.
It's a mighty fine honor to meet you. Y'all pretty comfortable here?
You notice Zupisha, the shorter girl, she does wear like very loose fitting flowy clothing, and she just like looks at you and she's like, "I'm always comfortable. What do you mean?"
I just know there's such a dry heat on this planet. And yeah, champions such as yourself deserve to rest easy at night in a nice, crisp climate control room. And he'll try to
Danger, please.
I'm
No,
gonna roll a sleight of hand.
No.
Are you trying to slide a hand her up?
Well, I'm just trying to make it look cool, but I'm probably with a adjusted down to or maybe a 12, I think.
Yeah, that's what that rolled. Yeah.
So
I feel like you go to flick it out and you flick it, and the flick is really good, but it goes like right past their heads. Maybe like it's a really good flick, and they're both like, "Whoa!"
Yep. That one got away from me. That almost never happens.
Danger. Okay, that makes sense. Yeet, Pivot, yeah, we've been talking, and Magus, and this is Zupisha talking, and she's like, so, how are you guys finding your deployment? And I saw you guys were in the outposts, Ikarthi 4. We had our start there as well before we eventually became the Guardians. Are you liking the area there? Are you liking the staff, the people?
Breakfast is good.
Yeah, it's going along pretty good. We're definitely keeping busy out there.
And then Hanara kind of looks at you guys and just like, and you're one of the first ones with a full squad of Linkors. I heard you guys pretty much modified them as soon as they got out of the factory floor. I didn't think they were very good myself personally. Kind of seems like a little bit confirmation bias there that you guys are kind of saying what I felt.
The Linkers are fine. They're great introductory units, but I don't know. Like, I can't speak for Yeet or Pivot or Danger here, but honestly, when thinking about being a Huskar and like having your own mech, you don't think about having just a stock model. You want to make it your own and make it recognizable so that people know who you are when they see you coming down in a parade or when they're streaming the combat center. You want to be recognizable, and everybody's in the same. It kind of defeats a little bit of the purpose.
May just roll me either a culture or profession Huskar check, one of the two, while you're speaking.
It's a 19 on die for a total of 32 profession Huskar.
So these two pilot a mech together, two pilots, one mech, that is named True Symphony. So they kind of nod like that. It is, you have to take ownership of your mech. Like they know that feeling.
Yeah, so I mean that's why we've customized away from it, but as far as I know, I think we're all still using the same core for ours, though. I don't think we've moved away from the base one that we got from Apex Legends for the Link, where it's just kind of been adapted into our own tastes.
Yeah, it definitely. Hanara kind of gives a little squeeze to Zupisha's hand that you might be able to notice, and it's definitely important to be able to find that balance between what we're given and what we make for ourselves, and we definitely respect that as Huskars ourselves.
Because I mean, like, we're doing a great service here. We're keeping people safe, and people want to cheer on their hometown heroes. That's just common spiel and common knowledge there. And if you don't know who your hometown hero is when they're out there on the field saving your ass, then saving lives and doing their job, then
Zupisha definitely smiles when you curse.
I feel like this is like the third time Mage has done this. Every time he accidentally does, any time he's been in this party, actually, he says sorry and then rephrases without it.
But and yeah. So like this conversation continues for a little bit, and then the conversation breaks. They get dragged off by the handler that they have, basically pulls them to go talk to somebody else. And Raptor kind of looks at you guys. It's just like, thanks for not making my detachment look quite like complete buffoons.
Yeah, anytime.
No, sorry, only partial buffoons.
Working on it, sir. Working on it. Were you just arm wrestling the senator?
The senator. That's where I recognize him from.
Yeah, Pivot wasn't there during that whole conversation. Clue, you are muted, by the way.
Yeah, he started it. Well, it's not my fault.
And Danger, please stop handing out business cards to.
He wanted me to do cocaine in the bathroom. I told him I couldn't.
I don't buy that for a second.
I mean, he is a politician.
You're right. So. I did the cocaine.
The senator offered, or that he did it right.
I believe it. Yeet would have done coke out of character. I believe Yeet would have done cocaine in the bathroom. I don't think the senator offered it to him. I think he offered it to the senator.
No,
Anyway,
that's not how it works.
How do you feel about? He puts his business cards. I have flyers.
just time and place. Time and place. This is not the place.
All right.
So your guys'
Leave
conversation, your guys' conversation continues for a little bit. You're talking to the raptor, kind of shooting shit basically with him. This is probably the most casual you've ever seen him be, and it's kind of nice to see him in this type of setting. Especially with he does have a drink in his hand. He does not seem like he's drinking much of it. But after a while, there's a bit of a like a chime, a whistle, essentially, and you guys see the guardians, Hanara and Zupisha. They end up walking up to this podium here.
I looked it up. Per Pathfinder, you could drink 2 plus your Constitution modifier per hour before you were like getting fucked up.
So before this night, I actually thought about trying to make up drinking rules just for Yeet, because I knew he was gonna try to
I was
do something.
And
It was just gonna be too much hassle for what it's worth, essentially.
I'm dummy thick on my Constitution. I was ready to go.
So 2 drinks plus con per hour. So mages can be fine having 2 drinks an hour.
That's
2
more
drinks
than
plus
most.
con per hour.
That's
Can
more
this
than
be-
most plants, to be fair.
It's more than most people.
Pivot can just be pounding them back.
Yeah, you are basically honorary Irish at that point.
Yeah, so the whole room pretty much reorganizes a little bit as the 2 guardians make their way up to this podium, and you see let me do my fancy lights.
It did say after like the first hour of drinking like that, you either had to readdress your drinking or take penalties thereafter.
So some cameras kick on with lights, bright lights on the pair of them. And they smile for the cameras because these 2 are very obvious professionals. And Zupisha, she kind of taps the microphone like people always do awkwardly on podiums, and she's just like, "Welcome, friends, to this celebration of our great city's eternal valor. Today we honor the brave souls who have sacrificed everything to defend our home." And you can kind of see that she's got some tears in her eyes. Her voice kind of cracks just a little bit, and you see a very reassuring touch from Hanara right next to her. And then there's a quick flash of camera lights because this is a celebrity culture couple, so to speak. And then Zupisha continues. Today we honor all the heroes in our past, present, and future in celebration. 155 years ago, Rirarali Kokulu discovered the orbs that empowered us to return to the surface of our planet and hold the terrible colossi at bay. It was thanks to her courage and determination that New Valor was founded. We named the bridge that you can see just outside the window over there for her, New Valor's very first guardian. I think she'd like it, honestly. And she laughs awkwardly, and then Hanara steps to the microphone. Those same orbs have allowed Zupisha and I to stave off the colossi year after year, as many proud guardians did before us. But we do not fight this battle alone. You guys, among you are people like Commander Vaden Wano. And she kind of gestures towards Raptor. Hero of the month of fire. She gestures to another side of the room. Terra Lynx, CEO of Apex and inventor of the autonomous Valco core, which allows us to have all these wonderful Valcos that don't need to be powered by the orbs.
Go clap.
Wait, which one's
We have
Terralinks?
bright and shiny Huskars Omen Squad here representing the new and great offers the NVDF has. And there's like these little drone cameras that buzz your guys' face when she says that.
I
Smile
lift.
wave, boys.
They
Smile
just
wave.
And then we have Tempest Squad also along here too. And you see the same
Tempest
camera
Squad,
drones
those
kind of
guys
buzz around. These are our future here in New Valor, the future of the NVDF, the future of Damaco, these new pilots. And Zupisha kind of says, you're forgetting something for tonight. And Hanara kind of looks around, and you guys roll me a quick perception check.
Hey, I actually got a good one for the first time all night. 16 on the die for a total of something over 20. 22.
I got a
Great.
23.
Love it.
It's a pretty easy check because almost on cue as she's talking about, missing something, you guys feel the building rattle. And then one of them kind of points towards the windows. And I'm going to see if I can make it work here. But you guys see buzzing the building basically are 3 like fighter aircraft essentially that are flying in a tight formation.
That's what Yeet's talking about. We need that.
And Hanara is like, that's what we're missing. And then she points to the crowd again, and then you see they step back, and you see an individual walks forward through the crowd, making their way, and you see that same Demai female that was in the group earlier in the nice press suit walk up and join them on the stage. If I can get her on the stage. And she walks up very confidently to the microphone and she goes, to those who know me, or to those who don't know me, I'm Tara Lynx. I'm the Apex CEO here, and I just wanted to thank you for everything you've all been doing for us as a company, and even more as a people over the past generation. The Linkor model, she gestures to the one in the back of the room, was just the beginning of what Apex can offer. And then she gestures to the window where you guys can see, again, buzzing past the window, these three jets. Our new upgraded recon jets. And of course, the new Apex Valco. And you watch as the 3 jets fly in formation, and the center jet essentially comes at the building very slowly, and the 2 outer ones peer off into the distance, and you see the one flies up to the hangar, or up to the landing pad above you guys that you guys know is above you. We present the new Kestra, the transformable Valco, state of the art, top of the line, piloted by the one and only pilot from the NVDF, Sharpwing. And there is there's a hum of conversation through the room. You guys feel the building shake a little bit
And
as
you
the mech lands above you. And I gotta get rid of these guys. Don't need them.
Watermelon, cantaloupe, watermelon, cantaloupe, watermelon, cantaloupe.
And then the big like double doors behind you guys open up basically, and then it lumbers out into the room. You guys see this like it's a huge mech. It's not massive. It makes its appearance.
My mech's bigger.
It walks into the room. And then you see the chest panel opens up basically, and you see a female Strix piloting this mech. She's grinning ear to ear as she begins to unstrap and unhook from the mech itself. And then Terralynx continues talking. The partnership between Apex and NVDF will continue as we continue to battle against the Colossus scourge on this planet. And it begins again anew tonight with this new mech, new Valko, the Kestra. And like basically she gestures, the cameras all switch towards the mech, essentially. And then everyone's talking, and then you guys see Sharpwing finally makes her way out of the cockpits.
Cool.
What are you guys doing now? As the presentation seems to be over, you see a large group of people swarm towards the mech, the Valko, and Sharpwing. She seems to be answering all sorts of questions and stuff as much as she can.
Send a message. You owe me a drink.
I think that I'm just going to assess the new mech from a distance with an engineering check, if you don't mind.
I'll allow it.
Let's see. What the... Oh, that is a 17 on the dice for a 26. That is a ugly 17.
So with what you see, I mean, and you guys are all trained Huskars. You guys
Oh,
know.
I'm sorry, it's an 11.
You guys know equipment. It is a. Let me pull the page up real quick. It is a huge mech. It's a bipedal mech. You do see it seems to be equipped with essentially what looks like be mostly melee weapons that you can see. But it does seem to have like a pair of like folded wings on its back, and it's got some essentially the way the joints look and stuff like that. You think that it is a transforming mech that seems it can turn into a starship.
Now, have transform mechs been a thing that we've seen before, or
throw rock?
Is this like a new technology?
It is a new thing on Demalco. Like it's not. There are definitely other industries that have like transforming mechs. Most of them usually transform into like vehicles and not necessarily starships. This mech does transform into a starship.
Yeah.
Neat.
I'll go up to Highbrow and kind of elbow her and say, so, you know about this the whole time, or?
She like looks at you. It's like she looks down at you a little bit. She's like, we weren't supposed to tell anyone. Like she swore she would kill all of us if we ruined this surprise.
pretty cool. I'll give you that.
Mage is gonna walk up to Raptor there, looking back at it. It's like, so Tempest Squadron got the new mech, sir.
Oh, it is mostly Sharpwing, to be honest.
I know
She,
she's been killing it with in the rankings recently, but
it wasn't just her actual performance. It was, I mean, the way she's been handling the squad lately has been second to none, essentially. And it's still a prototype. Please remember that.
yeah, just a little disheartened that what we did not even get a little consideration for this, sir. That's all.
He smiles at you, and he's just like, "Come on, Omen Squad. You think you're gonna be left out of this eventually?"
I mean, no, but it'd still be nice to have some input on the design of the next generation of mechs. Like that's a pretty big thing there, Commander.
He looks at you and he just says, "Why do you think you're here?"
That's fair, I guess.
Oh
wait, does maybe we have to have to recustomize?
No, you guys are just gonna get new mechs at some point. So the party kind of continues. Raptor kind of tells you guys to go mingle. It keeps going for another hour or so. This you see Sharpwing is her squad's formed up around her, and they're basically talking to some what appear to be members of the press, essentially, and she's basically trying not to give away company secrets to the best of her ability. And then you see Raptor. He seems to be taking a call on his private comm unit. And you notice his expression kind of changes from joyful to stoic to maybe even kind of angry.
Oh, roll for sobriety.
And then
nat 1.
And then as you guys see the Raptor talking into his comm unit, you guys hear in the distance the New Valor warning system echoing as the klaxons start blaring
Time to get to work.
of a approaching kaiju attack. And you quickly see a lot of the people start leaving the room. A lot of everyone starts leaving the room basically, except for anyone who's a member of New Valor Defense Force. And Raptor, he waves you guys over quickly. You guys see the Guardians also come over. The protectors of the individual colored squads, they all disappear into the elevators. And as you get closer to Raptor, you hear Raptor's lieutenant, I think he is, Bastion 5, the android that serves, that you guys all know. And you just hear him say, "Commander, our scouts have detected a large group of colossi moving from the Shoelith Mountains towards New Valor. Satlink confirms it. There are hundreds of them, Commander. They're not fighting each other either. We've never seen anything like this." and Raptor kind of stops the comm unit, and Hanara and Zupisha, they share a look at each other, and then they look at Raptor, and this, what was the time? Hanara says, and Raptor kind of speaks up. This message is from 12 minutes ago. We have about less than an hour before the city is attacked. And you notice Terra Lynx is actually still in the room with you guys, the Apex CEO. And Raptor kind of looks to her and Miss Lynx, I know this might be a bold claim, but you wouldn't happen to have more of those Kestras ready to go, would you? She just kind of looks at Raptor and shakes her head. No, the production line is still in progress. We're still working on prototypes. The one that Sharpwing flew today doesn't even have weapons on it currently. Pete, we should try to. She just kind of babbles a little bit for a second. She's not a military commander. She's a CEO. And then Zupisha turns towards Hanara, and they look at each other and kind of nod, an unspoken word to each other for a second. The fight's gonna come here. We have to be ready for it. Kestras, Linkors, doesn't matter. Hanara and I will try to use the orbs to do our best to try to guide the Colossi away from the city. But hundreds of Colossi, we can't guarantee that'll work.
Well, that's what the rest of us are here for.
And when you say that, Raptor looks towards you with a positive look on his face. And
He
he's
also sees in that moment Yeet slam the rest of his drink.
and you hear Raptor kind of
his beard and mustache.
He kind of nods, and you hear his voice kind of switch back to that very familiar commander voice you guys heard so often. He's like, "All right, Huskars, you heard the Guardians. Got to get to your Valkos in under an hour. You got to get back to the city. Get to it."
Aye.
And
And I just grab Magus up and throw him on my
throw him
shoulder.
out the window.
Yeah, throw him right out the window.
I would say, Yeet probably could hurl Mage's Mist the way there.
And
yeah, I hurl you towards the exit, and then I hurl
as-
the rest of you towards the exit.
as you guys you make your way down through the elevator,
Got my feet for it.
and you get down to the street level, and you just hear panic, like a type of noise you guys probably maybe you've never heard, really. You hear screaming, shouting, you hear car horns blaring, you hear what sounds just like monsters roaring in the distance. And as you guys get ready to make your way towards Blue Hangar, that's where we're gonna end it tonight.
Alrighty.
Oh, wait,
That's
no,
awesome.
One final text message. Hey, Sharpie, I bet we kill more than you do.
You see the dots for a second, and then you just get back another just smiley face. And then the screen goes black as you guys get to prepare yourself for the Siege of New Valor.
Fuck yeah.
Damn.
Fuck yeah.
Hundreds of kaiju. you said.
Hundreds.
It's gonna be great.
Hundreds.
Hundreds of kaiju.
We are going to skyrocket up that scoreboard after this one. boys.
As you guys, I don't know how
I'm
much you
best
guys were on
friends with
this
the
map.
Senator.
This is the whole city map I built. Well, not a whole city, but it is a a city essentially that you guys are going to have to fight your way out of, and then fight your way back to.
Oh, wait, like fight our way out of it in our mechs, or fight our way out of it in as ourselves?
You're not in mechs right now. What do you mean?
Oh fuck!
We have to get to the mechs.
All right.
I should have brought my my mount.
I
Yeah,
like
I definitely saw like there's a bunch of buildings and everything. I'm currently and yeah,
I'm envisioning now like some skill checks, and I like this idea. It's going to be like a challenge to get there.
Yeah.
We'll be back in hopefully just 2 weeks as we pick up with the next and final part of the first book of
Oh
Mechageddon.
shit!
Woo!
Oh shit! Oh,
It
shit,
is
we
going to
fired
be
it.
you guys are going to have to deal with a bit of a gauntlet here at the end of the book.
Hundreds of kaiju.
Hundreds.
Dope.
Hundreds of kaiju.
Here for it.
Are they feeling bully?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's like something crazy's happened with getting this kaiju to kind of go berserk. Anyway, thank you
Don't
for
look
running,
at
Doge.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I'm
Sarah.
always happy to be here. I'm sad we didn't get to any of the actual fighting today, but you guys role played too much, too
It was fun.
well.
I like the role play.
Yeah, no, it was
I
good. It
like
felt good.
it. I like it. I like drinking with bears. If I can, I'd like to drink with
The
bears.
bear
all the
senators.
time. My bear senator friend. I'm
Yeah,
gonna use this.
I
until the
already
day
said
I
good
die.
night, so we should turn the stream off and
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
go home.
Making
Goodbye,
friends with
everybody.
Bye,
the
everybody.
bear senator. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.